Hi there, folks. Sean Broderick for the Oxford Club. I'm here in Vancouver at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, and I'm speaking to Yannis Tsitos. Now, if you remember, we had a chat with him back in California and talking about his company, GoldSource, which was moving toward production. Guess what? He delivered on what he said he was going to do. They're in production now. Things are going well down in Guyana, which is where the company operates, and most people don't think of that as a place with gold mines. Well, let me tell you, Yannis is proving them wrong. Yannis, could you please speak to my subscribers about what your company is accomplishing down there?
Yes, thank you very much first for the opportunity to talk here. Look, we have done a lot of hard work in the last 24 months, and last time we spoke, we were in the commissioning phase of the operation. The gold mine is called Eagle Mountain. It's located in Guyana in South America, which is the only English-speaking country of South America. And to the surprise of many, is not that unknown because last year only Guyana developed 3 gold mines. One of them is pretty big, the Aurora mine from Guyana Goldfields. So there's a lot of attention in Guyana at the moment, given the proximity to the United States and Canada, but also the English law and therefore kind of security of profit repatriation or the biggest part of GDP out of the extractive industry and so on. So we see also majors advance into Guyana, such as Barrick and Newmont establishing operations. So we are pretty confident. Now, talking about us, we spoke about 3 months ago, and we were still at the commissioning phase of the operation. On June 20th, we call it commercial production or initiation of commercial production, which was defined by our engineers as delivering 80% of the throughput capacity, which was 1,000 tons per day operation, and a minimum of 45% of gold recovery. So we have satisfied both of them for 30 consecutive days before that day that we call it, and now we are in full Monty operation. So as I mentioned to you, this company will not stop there, but it's all about expansions because we developed only the phase 1 of the mine construction.
Right, and so that's so interesting, is that you are planning over the next 2 years to advance more and more with each phase. Like you have one phase in Q3, one phase in Q4. Isn't that right? So there's more to look forward to from your company.
Absolutely, and that was the plan from the beginning, is that initiate cash flow now that the difficult times of the gold industry are going away, and be at the right time on the curve at the right space. So that's what we have done. The next quarters, we will see a set of milestones being delivered as we deliver the existing ones, always on time and under budget. I would say just marginally under budget, but that's very, very rare in this industry. What we do now, the 2 only important ones, in the Q3 of this year, as we have placed it publicly in our latest news releases, is that we will introduce the night shift. So at the moment we operate with 1 10-hour shift, but as you understand, no general manager likes to switch off the equipment and go to bed. So obviously this needs limited capital, which we have expended already, and we start employing people. We hope to have completed the night shift by the initiation of production during night by the Q3 of 2016 now. And in the Q4, the big thing is the deployment of an intensive leach reactor that will move the recoveries from the 50-55% out of gold concentrate at the moment to 95% approximately. So we want to do that within Q4 of this year. And obviously 2017 will deliver other milestones, but we will keep updating our market through our news releases, and we always spell out the expansions too.
Okay, so in Q3, when you have the night shifts come on, that'll raise the throughput at the mill from 1,000 average tons per day to 1,800, right?
Yes, because as I always say, during night the productivity is not the same, and sometimes you even do different tasks. But our target is 1,800 tons per day of operation, and then obviously with the leach reactor we have better recoveries.
All right.
So we target both parameters.
So first you'll be raising the amount of production with a night shift, and then simply by improving recoveries, you'll be adding another 50 to 60% of like how much actually is produced by the mine. I mean,
and then obviously I spoke next year is going to be a copycat plant that is going to be established to double production to 3.6 thousand, so just under 4,000, which was our target of tons per day. What does this mean in ounces? Okay, that means that this year, because it's a short year of a few months only commercial production, we will produce about 3,500 ounces, and that's our estimate or whatever we project. Next year we will move to 15,000 ounces or just under 15, and in 2018 to something between 27 and 30,000 ounces. Now, out of 43,101 compliant independent engineering reports, we are talking about 8 years mine life with a production of an average of 35,000 ounces per year when you average throughout the years, and that only for the soft rock or the weathered granitoid of the deposit. Then obviously you pre-strip the deposit and you have it ready by the time you mine that to exploit the hard rock that will initiate a milling operation. So the most important thing we should talk, however, in my opinion, is operating costs, because everybody is talking about gold price and so on. But the beauty for us is even if the gold price had to drop, which I don't believe, but it will happen, but significantly, let's say, this company is not about getting bankrupt or stop operating. It's just about the pace of expansion.
Right.
So the less profit margin will define a slower pace for expansion. But at the moment, we see the dynamics in the gold price pretty good. And out of these engineering reports, we expect to produce gold at about $500 per American dollars per ounce on cash cost in Guyana. And when I put Canadian overheads and sustaining capital, we are moving to about something between $600 and $700 per ounce.
Okay. And one thing that I found very interesting in our earlier talk is that you actually initiated production with ounces that were outside your 1 million ounce resource. You were using the much lower grade, and everything worked at the much lower grade. Now you're moving to the higher grade stuff. Isn't that right?
Correct. And that's why we had this limited amount of ounces this year. But this is a typical thing that prudent engineers apply. So we are blessed to have such a great team, starting from our Chief Operating Officer, Eric Fear, who obviously we decided to initiate mining from a pit that is not part of the compliant resource that is out there on Cedar. Okay, so we started something that was 0.5 grams per ton. Now we are moving, and actually we will be there in terms of distance by the middle of August, mining the 1.4 grams per ton, which is the average grade of the deposit. Okay, so just to remind your audience here, we are talking about 1 million ounces at an average grade of 1.45 grams per ton at 0.5 grams cutoff. As you notice, we already mined less than the cutoff that the engineers are putting, and we produce gold. So that is a beauty,
That is really great. And the symbol is GXS on the TSXV and GXSFF on the OTC. And I just want to mention that, but just to sum up, this is a mine that's recently in production. It is meeting different stages this year to really increase production and increase recoveries, which is very important. It has low costs. It's Indiana, which is a nice country to work in, British law and all that stuff, and has a great team running it. And also it has, it has open areas to expand the resource. So I think things look good.
Sean, I would like to say I would encourage people to go and search about ourselves, because I used to be the business development manager for BHP Billiton for a number of years, the biggest mining company out there. And I have been jumping from mega projects of billions of dollars now to small projects, right, with the juniors. Now, what I try to say, however, everything starts from the team. And when people do their due diligence on our company, they will see that the total management and board of directors, I mean, we have been blessed of having so highly experienced people. More than 250 years of experience in the mining business collectively is here on this board and management. All of us have skin on the game, as I would say. The 16% of the company belongs to the management and insiders, and therefore we're not the people who will just work something and jump out. We want to deliver a significant mine, and we will do that in the next 24 months. We have started producing already, but the mine will take a full shape within 24 months.
Great. All right. Thanks very much for speaking to my subscribers. You folks stay tuned. I am finding some fascinating stories here in Vancouver, and I'll be bringing more of them to you. This is Sean Broderick for the Oxford Club. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.